G'day guys, and welcome to Old School RuneScape. This is a game that has a lot of lovely memories associated with it, for me at least. It's something that I played when I was quite young, and it's just, every time I boot it up, it comes with a wave of nostalgia. But it's been through a number of different iterations over the years. It was first started in 2001, that was the first ever RuneScape. And then about 3 years later, RuneScape 2 came out, which was a total shift in what the game was like and how it looked. And that was in 2004. That was when I actually started playing, which is a long time ago now, but that's where I entered into this whole world. And then RuneScape 3, which is the current iteration, came out in 2013. But by that point, I had long stopped playing, and this is a nice little chance to revisit it. So it's made by Jagex, which are a British company. It stands for Java Gaming Experts, and I think it was really just a bunch of guys getting together that were good at coding in Java and wanted to build a few games, and it's now blossomed out. And I think the claim to fame is that it's the world's largest free-to-play MMORPG. Which is a pretty big one. So yeah, I actually used to play this with my mum. The two of us shared an account because we weren't going to pay for more than one membership. So we had one account with a membership on it, and we would take turns sort of playing on that account. And I had my own free account, but obviously because membership has so many benefits along with it, we often fought each other for time on that one account. And this is, I suppose, now an opportunity for me to go through and play it on my own as well, which is going to be interesting. So, Old School RuneScape is kind of like an aside to the main progression of the game. I think it came out in about 2012, and they found an old backup of RuneScape 2 as it was at the end of roughly towards the end of 2007, which actually almost perfectly lines up with when I stopped playing. I stopped playing not too long after that. So going back to play Old School RuneScape is going to be almost like picking up where I left off all those years ago. So this should be a lot of fun. And without further ado, let's get stuck in. Even just that starting music. The flames with all the various rune patterns in them. Alright, display name. What am I going to pick? I think I've got to suppose whether I'm going to be male or female. The character that I shared with my mum, she was female, but the character I had on my own was male. Maybe it's appropriate for me to go through and have my own female account too. Let's make a female account. Maybe... I don't mind the name Elaine. I bet you that's not available on its own though. It is not available. But they are suggesting perhaps Motefish 2075. That's good. Okay. Alright, well, it wouldn't really be RuneScape if you didn't have some number after your name. Let's try Elaine 71. It's available! Alright, we'll do that one. Alright, well, we're gonna be female. What kind of hairstyle? Something practical, perhaps? Could go Princess Leia buns. Yeah, that's tied back. That's somewhat reasonable. Alright. Oh, that music. That newbie melody music, it's beautiful. Okay, can't change the jaw. It's just the one jaw fits all. That looks rather formal. Don't mind that. Perhaps not the shirt that's hanging on by a single thread in the center. Maybe I'll stick something nice and plain. She is ripped at the moment. Long sleeves seem sensible. Into that, or could go metal braces. Let's go with the long sleeves. And no metal braces. The flared pants. Skirts aren't, like skirts that length aren't particularly practical for fighting. Wow, that is brutal. Yeah, but stitching down the sides. I actually can't remember whether these I feel like that skirt wasn't in the original one. I think maybe there's a lot more options for customization at the moment than there was when I started. Oh yeah. Maybe. Let's go with pants. Just normal pants. Big old work boots or walking shoes. Let's go with walking shoes. Alright, hair color. I don't mind kind of like a charcoal grey. That would be fun. Bright green, maybe not. Could be fun though. That's like a dark raven. Wow. Well, that's not too bad. I don't mind that dark red. Yeah, let's go with the dark red. This is a hard decision. This is always the longest part of any game, is choosing what your character looks like. But at least there is, I'm sure there's scope somewhere in the game. I think I remember being able to change these things later, so we can always change that. The full green. I don't mind a sensible black top. Could go the camel pants and the white pants. Let's go white. Oh man. Boots do match the shirt with that one. Let's go with that one. Skin. Blaine's a bit of a British / Celtic name. We'll go with that one. Alright. That's all done. This is Tutorial Island. Oh, this just brings back such a flood of nostalgia. Alright. There's one thing I remember is the sense of humour that Jagex wrote all of this stuff with was always quite good. How much experience do I have with old school RuneScape? I have got experience with RuneScape when it was old school. I've played in the past but not recently. Perfect. This is a bit of a different UI to what I remember as well. This is a lot more streamlined than it was before. Let's go classic layout. Resizable classic layout. Yes, this is the menu that I remember. Right. All right, let's go meet our first instructor. Actually, I feel There's a number of times. Perhaps I used to make a lot of characters just for the fun of starting over again, and now I've definitely forgotten all of their names. But I was walking out of that door and down these steps that was a particularly strong memory. Pretty sure at one point I actually tried to write a RuneScape fanfic and tried to artfully describe what it was like to step out of the house that you inexplicably popped up in and then walk out into the world. Survival expert. Alright, we're gonna go catch some shrimp. Alright. That looks a bit fancier than what I remember for a fishing spot. Nailed it. Yep. This is almost exactly where I left. Hunter, farming, construction, all of that had just come in. In fact, I think summoning had also just come in, which obviously isn't in Old School RuneScape when I finished last. And we got 10 fishing experience from picking up that shrimp. We are all over this. We'll hit 99 in no time. Wood cutting and fire making. That's one of the things I quite liked about RuneScape is some of the skills were a little bit unusual. It seems like a lot of games take things like fire making and that kind of stuff for granted. You can set fire to anything you want, really. But the process of actually setting a fire is a whole skill in itself in RuneScape, which is interesting. Alright, I'm going to focus. We're going to set fire to these logs. I wonder whether or not it's possible to burn your first shrimp. Probably not. They probably set it so you always cook your first one. I think we're pretty good with the recap. I vaguely remember you used to be able to train your skills up to a certain amount on Tutorial Island and not go any further, but I don't know why we didn't just go into the world and do that. I suppose because it's convenient to have everything here and do it that way. Yeah, no, I'm good. Alright, that's our first meal cooked. It's like the impenetrable black wall of loading as well. I mean, in games these days, you're used to seeing out as far as you can to the horizon, even if it's not necessarily super high detail. You can usually see all the way down to the horizon. But it's interesting, as soon as you enter this kind of RuneScape mindset, it suddenly normalizes it, and you're used to seeing the black wall of nothingness beyond everything. I think I remember this conversation. We've already cooked food. Yup. The like head animations inside the discussion bubbles are lovely as well. There's not much to them. They're moving at a very low frame rate, but you can still... They manage to convey a lot of emotion in that. Yes, alright. We've made some dough. That was also, I mean, when I first started playing, I think they changed it by the time I finished playing, but they never used to just have, you know, an option to cook on a range and choose what to cook. You used to always just have to individually use items from your inventory and use it on the stove. Which made it, you know, difficult when you were batch cooking a bunch of things because you're just sitting there the whole time clicking back and forth. But, that's a much better way of doing it. I don't think we need a recap from him. He was a little snooty anyway. Ah, that's right, you can always... I was an absolute terror with examining absolutely everything I possibly can. Mostly because sometimes you get quips like that you can tell someone somewhere has had a great time putting in there just waiting for someone to try and examine it. Oh yeah? Ah, that's right. You used to run with run energy. Used to run out rather quickly too. From memory. Yeah, we were already down to 85. Quests! Such a classic sort of fantasy idea. All the quests that you go on. Some of them in the literal classical sense of quest. I'm pretty sure there's a bit of Arthurian legend stuff in RuneScape as well. Quest journal. Oh, what are those? Oh, I remember achievement diaries. They'd come out not that long before I'd finished. Yes. Random things to do around various places. Oh, okay. That menu's not available in the tutorial. Alright, we'll chat to him. From memory, they were always very open with what was required for quests, and maybe some of the threats that are coming up in them. Yeah, and like, you know, where to begin, as he's saying, and what requirements you need. All of those icons. This is just such an intense wave of nostalgia. Collecting beads to hunting down dragons. I mean, not to be disparaging of current MMOs, but so many of their quests are go collect 8 boar's tusks and bring them back, and then the next quest will be a similar collection quest, and then it'll be go kill 10 of these things. The quests in RuneScape were always so story driven. Even simple quests had a lot of thought and effort put into them. It was fantastic. I mean, obviously there's a lot more quests in modern MMOs, and therefore it's hard to get that same level of effort into each of them, but it was still brilliant. Well, I think we're good. I think we understand quests, except for those other weird tabs that apparently we're not allowed to click on yet. And we'll just go down the mysterious trapdoor he has underneath his house. Mining and smithing. I don't know why, I've always had a love of the mining and the smithing part of this game. You can call me Elaine71. Brilliant. Oh, fabulous purple bandana as well. That's right. Tin and copper made bronze. One half, the other half is copper. Is it still newbie melody music? I always thought that the music for Tutorial Island was quite dark, particularly for the beginning of a game. Oh yes, first bar of bronze. Let's make a dagger. See you, Desik. Holy hell. 46. That's a number that, you know, didn't mean anything to you until you actually played the game and realized that that's a massively high level. But you also wonder what a level 146 guy is doing down here. That's right, the equipment interface. Oh, you can equip from this screen. Okay. Look at those hefty bonuses. Chat to our instructor. What a knife. It's more than that. You can definitely shiv someone with that. Wooden shields. I forgot wooden shields were there. To be fair, that does look a bit more vicious. Ah, that's right. Changing the way you attacked. Yeah, so a sword is a stab sword. So generally speaking, that's going to be your best bet. You can still slash for some unknown reason. I suppose maybe if you were coming up against something that had a resilience to stab, though why you would be going at it with a stab weapon in the first place is probably a bit of a worry, but... Alright, let's kill something. Let's kill a rat. So those rats, you know, are definitely an updated model from what I remember. Probably they were that way when I quit, but it's interesting you see like the merging of just like the beginning of them doing some of the graphical updates to the game. Painless. We've made our first kill. That's to be celebrated. And we'll respectfully pick up the bones of the rat. Are we really better at this than you thought? I remember picking up arrows off the ground all the time. Alright. Yep, that's it. And as that walks around the pen, it drops them individually all over the shop and it becomes a nightmare to get them back. You can probably tell I largely played melee when I played this. Yeah, I may have completed the task, but I want those arrows in those bones. Alright. Whatever, I'm not going to argue with you, not at that level. The bank. Spent so much time at the bank. It's interesting, the nostalgia comes with... it's all positive, really, particularly with the rose-tinted goggles of time, but there are parts of it, the grind in particular, that comes back vividly, especially when you walk into a bank. Well, this is new. Okay. Got a tab system and everything. Placeholders? Ah. that was the old system for a placeholder, was withdraw all but one, but that's brilliant. Yeah, that is going to be a lot easier to work with. Poll booth. Okay. Wow, that's a massive majority to get support. It's nice though, it means that a lot of the character, which is what has drawn me back to this game, will be preserved. Okay, so they're open for like 4 days in a row or so. And there's a lot of stuff here that I have no idea what they're talking about. Cool. Alright, well, one day we'll begin voting on how to go about this. And breaking the fourth wall like this is... yeah. They're very aware of the fact that that's what they're doing. Okay. I don't remember that being integrated into the UI before, but... It's lovely being an adult and being able to afford membership now. Yeah, there's a huge amount of worlds. In fact, are we in a... Yes, we are currently in a members world. Brilliant. Oh, I heard about this. You can now buy membership with in-game money. Yeah, I don't mind that idea. Inbox and name changer. Oh yeah. Is it really that easy to change your name these days? I don't mind Elaine71. Alright. I'm not sure how useful it is to set up a bank pin considering I'll be recording this, but that's alright. Alright. From memory, this is one of the final stretches. Ah, that's right. Finding an altar to restore your prayer points. It's another skill that is a bit of an unusual thing to have inside a game, but fantastic all the same. I remember stockpiling bones and just sitting in the one spot, burying them in what I guess must have been a mass grave. It's a little morbid, but good for prayer experience. Oh yeah. Currently not ignoring anyone, so that's fine. Or friends with anyone for that matter. This is just memories of school nights. All of your friends list lights up green. The year is 2005. Yeah, we're almost finished on Tutorial Island. Magic I don't think we've done yet, but... the Wizard's House, there we go. No idea what that is, but we'll find out. That was the home teleport as well. I do remember that becoming really, really handy, but I also remember being somewhat salty about having spent a lot of time training magic to get teleports and then have had a teleport available to everyone, but it's... I mean, it's, you know, what is it, once every half hour? It's fair enough, and it did make life a lot easier. What kind of horrific person cages a bunch of chickens in their house and casts spells on them? Feels faintly wrong. Oh, okay. Oh, so maybe it doesn't always kill the chickens, they just get injured. He heals them. It's still not fantastic. Yeah, why not? What's the... Yeah, okay. Yeah, why not? I wasn't not, and also wasn't planning to become an Iron Woman. What's an Iron Woman? Oh, there we go. Right, this is something a little bit new, I think. Oh, the Iron Woman tutor. Tell me about Iron Women. Oh. Okay. Alright, I suppose it's kind of turning it to like a single player experience, I guess. Hardcore Iron Woman. Oh wow. Ah, okay. You don't lose everything if you die as a hardcore Iron Woman. You just get demoted. Yeah, okay. What's... Oh, okay. That seems a bit intense, but... Yeah, I think we're good. I'm fine. Hey, it sounds interesting, but I don't think that's quite what I'm after. Part of the fun is like the other people in the game as well. It doesn't stop you interacting with them, I suppose. It just stops you trading with them. Alright. No, I am not planning to become an Iron Woman. The names also, like, bring that same wave of nostalgia. Lumbridge. Alright, that's something new. We may as well start there then. That's not dodgy at all. Oh, that music. That beautiful, beautiful music. Very good question. Alright. Okay, I suppose it's one of those things that helps people ease into the game. It was a little bit from memory. It used to be just kind of dump you in Lumbridge and go have fun, go find your destiny, and it was a little bit directionless at times if you didn't know what you were doing. Oh, I was gonna say that's one of the tabs are, but nope, that's just added an extra tab. Okay. Let's go with the starter kits. I'm not above asking for help. When you say all my starter kits, that's just the one starter kit, right? Okay, cool. Ah, okay. Okay, level 5 fishing, level 5 woodcutting, level 5 mining. Alright. Is that I wonder if that gets expanded on when you finish those. Oh, that's got a lot. Okay. 5, 10, 20, 5, 10, 20, 5, 10, 20. Okay, so it's get to 20 in all of the like, major combat skills. Now there's a, you know, non-trivial rewards, though I suppose 20 magic is a decent amount. Alright. What's in the kit? They're giving me most of an iron set. And some wizard's clothes. And a pair of van braces. It's gonna be kind of sad skipping straight over bronze. Anyway, before we get ahead of ourselves, that's probably where we'll end this. This is gonna be exciting. I'm really looking forward to going through the world, experiencing the quests, the skills, everything all over again. It does feel like I've gone back in time to 2007. This is fantastic. Alright. Thanks very much, and I'll see you later.